YouTube, it is of course your favorite gamer here, Above Average Cody, coming at you with a video all about the sandbox buffs. That is right. Today we're going to be covering the three main guns here: the plasma pistol, of course, the Commando, and then the pulse carbine, guys. Three guns that were heavily adjusted in the winter update in terms of sandbox changes, more specifically buffs, and we already covered the BR, and the Disruptor did not have a massive change, so we're going to cover the three that are actually pretty broken here, and we're going to start right off with the Commando, the one that everybody is talking about, guys. In simple terms, guys, and I'll put the actual changes on screen here during the video, but in simple terms, guys, they made the magnetism better, and they made the headshot registration better. So not only will it be easier to hit bullets with this gun close range, but it is also much easier than it previously was to register the headshots. If you liked picking up the Commando a lot in ranked pre-update, you know how hard it was to hit the headshot. Even in a situation like that there where nobody's strafing, guys, you could crack armor super fast with this gun, and for some reason you would still like miss over the head here. But you can even see at full shields, guys, like all of these are hits. It really doesn't take, I don't want to say it doesn't take that much skill, because obviously you still have to aim, line it up, and not have the recoil screw you. But even the recoil it's not that noticeable, because with better headshot registration, guys, if you're aiming at the chest and the recoil brings the weapon up, it really doesn't make it that hard to finish the kill. And this Commando buff, I think, was pretty crazy, because even though it was hard to hit reg with the Commando, for the headshot, you could still pump damage like this, switch to your BR, and then quickly just finish the kill. So I thought it was pretty fair already. The fact that it got a buff, and a buff of this magnitude, I was pretty shocked. I heard APG talking about it on stream. He doesn't necessarily think it'll be GA'd, but he thinks the conversation will come up, because, guys, this thing, it feels pretty cracked. If you were not already picking it up, guys, you definitely should be, because as you can see, the thing can kill painfully fast now. And my thought is, I think it's being prioritized a little bit too heavy. I don't want to compare it to the Mangler, but similar to the Mangler, guys, the Commando comes up very quickly. For example, on live fire, it comes up here on the wall in Garage, and here on the wall on Nest. So the fact of how fast it comes up, the facts of how many there are on the map, there's one on each end of streets, making for a total of two. I think it's really interesting how heavily they buff this, guys. So, I mean, my thoughts, it's cool right now, but I don't know how it's going to play down the road, especially if everybody starts picking it up and prioritizing it. But right now, it's cool. If you guys are not already picking up the Commando, I highly recommend you do, because the hit reg on that final headshot is amazing. And if you can get a quick dump kill with the Commando, switch to the BR, pick up another kill, you can become a pretty good force on just about any of the maps here in ranked. All right, guys, next up, we're going to go into the plasma pistol. Now, they buffed this quite a bit. Now, not only is like the tap fire more useful, it does much more damage to shields and things like that. The tracking was actually increased on the charged bolt. So if you used the plasma pistol previously, guys, the tracking didn't really feel that bad on the charged shot. But if you were like caught strafing, or somebody was moving or jumping, it was tough. But if you have them even semi in the reticle, the plasma pistol shot will find a pretty good way now to find its way to the target. You can even be really quick and just like on an impulse here, just fire it, and it'll make its way over. But obviously that wasn't too bad. That was a subtle buff. The problem with the plasma pistol that 343 saw was, it was only being used as a charge shot. You know, the walk around, you're walking around the map looking for somebody, you have a charge, though. They wanted to make it more useful, just tap firing it, and it took probably, being realistic here, 6 to 8 shots to get a kill, break shields, I should say, tap firing the plasma pistol. But now, guys, it does not really take that many, and if you shoot it fast, and if you pair it with something like the Commando headshot, it's a pretty quick kill. Because let's say we're in the heat of the moment, we're just tap firing it, guys. Look at how quick that kill is. They've basically almost, if you can hit all of the quick little shots here, they've basically made it about the same time to kill as the charge shot takes, which I guess makes sense balancing-wise, because, you know, why would you be forced to strictly charge the plasma pistol? Because travel distance with the charge shot will actually be about the same amount of time it takes you to quickly tap fire all those shots and then get the finish on the kill. So yeah, guys, that's the changes to the plasma pistol. It's not a massive change. I think it's still being prioritized about as much as the other was. You know, if you see an OS getting popped for the enemy team, you're going to want to play for it. If you're in a tough spot, you're definitely going to want to play for it. It's just nice to see that if you're in a pinch there, that's a little more useful, because the only time I've ever seen people tap fire the plasma pistol prior to this, guys, is like they're in like a desperate situation. The BR's out of ammo and they don't know what to do and they're about to die, so they're trying to put in whatever damage they can. So I guess it's nice. I think the plasma pistol buff was pretty nice. I don't know necessarily if it was needed, but like I said, it does make more sense in the fact that it takes about the same amount of time to kill with the tap fire now that it took with the charge shot. And now, guys, obviously the final gun we have to go over is the pulse carbine, which this thing, guys, I'm actually going to pair it with the BR to really show you how insane this combo is. And I even have a clip I'm going to throw in because this thing, guys, is just really good. I mean, right there, it didn't track very good, but if you can get the tracking to go good, the thing's insane. So what they buffed with this, guys, was basically the magnetism, because obviously if you're not familiar with the pulse carbine, if you have the enemy in the reticle, just like the plasma pistol charge shot, the little beams do track to the target. So if they're strafing or whatever, they will fly such that they make it to the target. And then if you can land all three of the little bubbles, it will be a one tap with the BR. But as you can see there, that guy strafed out of the pulse, and they still went right to him. And this thing is decent at range. And I have the bot traversal off, so these dudes are literally just hiding back green here. But even if you're just flying like that, guys, you could never do that with this gun. But now, like, the tracking's really good. Even if you just land a couple of those, it's really it's a really impressive gun now, which I think this buff was probably most needed out of all of them, because nobody picked up the pulse. I would pick it up sometimes, just because, like, I knew its capabilities in terms of how quick it could rip shields if you could catch somebody, like, standing still or something like that. But now, with the better tracking, guys, like, in a ranged fight, like, if you're on Catalyst or something, you pick this thing up, oh my goodness, this thing is... I don't want to say it's a force to be reckoned with, because that's the first thing that comes to mind. But, honestly, it's definitely a gun that more people should be picking up now. Which I think is what the sandbox is all about. I understand if something is underused, you probably want to use it a little bit. And oh my god, is that hitting him? Okay, not much. Maybe one of them hit him. But I do think everything in the sandbox should have its place, so I think this buff was probably one of the best of the bunch. So if you're not picking it up, I mean, if you don't really like the gun, I could still understand not picking it up. It's not like anything you can't live without, but as you can see how fast I just killed him there, guys, it's worthy. It's definitely worthy of getting picked up and added to the arsenal now, especially in ranked and, like I said, on maps like Catalyst. And finally, guys, I will mention the Disruptor. The only thing they changed with the Disruptor was it got 2 extra shots. So instead of 10 shots, it now has 12, which you guys do not need me to explain to you what that changes on the gun. I think they felt like the Disruptor already had a pretty good place in ranked, and I think they even mentioned that. So giving it the 2 extra shots is just like a tip of the hat where, like, the gun balancing is pretty good. They just felt like it needed a little bit more ammo to be that much more useful in ranked. But I'll be honest, guys, I rarely pick it up. I'm still rarely going to pick it up. That's why I wasn't even really going to mention it in this video. But it's worth bringing up because it did get a subtle buff, technically, because more ammo, I guess, would be considered a buff. But all right, guys, that pretty much covers all of the main buffs that I think are broken, minus the Disruptor. I just brought it up just because it was changed. But other than that, guys, we already went over the BR in an earlier video this week, so be sure to check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But other than that, guys, hit that subscribe button. Tons of Halo content lately. I've been having so much more fun on the game with the winter update, Forge, the rank reset, guys. It has been an absolute blast on the live stream, and the support's been crazy. So be sure to hit that sub button, guys. Leave a like on the video as well. It helps out so much with the almighty YouTube algorithm and all that good stuff. And of course, guys, leave a comment. I want to hear your thoughts on the guns. Do you think the Commando is going to be GA'd? Are you picking up the Disruptor more often? Give me any of your thoughts that you have. Other than that, guys, super thanks, channel memberships. Please don't feel like you have to support monetarily, but it really does help out ever so much. We're going to be having some giveaways pretty soon just to give back to you guys. Because like I said, the support's been insane. You guys have been, like, so awesome and everything, so I just want to do something for you guys. But all right, guys, that's enough talking. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for all the support. support. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.